Right. So before we get right into what we're going to be talking about today, I've got a little bit of an icebreaker for us to get into.
Break the ice.
Yeah, exactly. Let's break the ice, So yeah, we're going to have from the letter A down to as much as we can.
Okay.
Job titles. So like A for this, B for that,
Okay.
As much as you can, try to make it tech roles as well.
Okay.
So I'm going to start. A, accountant. I know that's not so tech, right? But yeah, A, accountant.
Business analyst.
Chemist.
You're not following your own rules.
I know, right? But yeah, I mean, okay.
Data analyst.
Okay. Equity analyst.
ABCD.
I think we can pretty much add analyst to anything. And then
True. Financial analyst.
Right. Governance analyst.
Well, I don't know my alphabet. H, right? H.
Human resource analyst.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think we've done justice to that. Thank you so much for joining me in the little game. Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode of the Limitless and Thriving podcast. In today's podcast, I've got a special guest with me in person of Abisola. Abisola is an entrepreneur and business analyst. Right, she's been running a business in the beauty industry for the past 2 to 3 years, and she's going to be sharing all of her journey on how she runs the business, the challenges she faces, and the insights from there, as well as how she's using tech, right, in optimizing her processes in her business. So guys, Abisola, thank you for coming. Thanks for honoring my invite on this podcast. It's really, really lovely to have you here. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me. And I think you did a really good job introducing me. But what else can I say about myself? I'm an all-round creative. Which is why being a business analyst actually is a perfect fit for me. I've got a lot of ideas in my head, and just having the space or the opportunity to release that was so important. But I think that's just literally me. I'm a mum, a wife, Christian, all that stuff, good believer. And yeah, I do quite a lot of stuff.
So Abisola, tell us, what would you say, first tell us about your business, right? What's your business all about? What do you do?
Okay, so my business is called Bisi Beauty, and we are a group of professionals that specialize in Afro hair, European hair, hair extensions, braids, locks, and also we've got a nail tech at the moment. And we're looking to expand as well. So anything beauty related, you should be able to find it at Bisi Beauty. But just like you said, we started a year and a half ago officially, and we've only just expanded our location as well.
Wow.
We moved locations, it's expansion. And we're currently on the lookout for more talent to join us.
Nice.
And the idea is to come to Bisi Beauty and get all your beauty needs met.
One-stop shop.
Yeah, basically get your nails done, get your hair done, get your makeup done, even get some portraits taken after your makeup if possible. Yeah. And it's such, I want people to come in and feel relaxed and feel like, this is just like me time, but also I don't want to sound controversial, but we have like the old techniques as well, mixed in with the new.
Nice. The old plus the new.
The old and the new. There's some things that it's like we don't need to change that.
Right.
Things like just how we operate. And I guess we'll go into that in more detail later on. But we're not too rigid. We see all our clients as individuals. So we would cater to you as a person, not just like a rigid black and white, what I say go.
Nice, lovely. Isn't that lovely, guys? Right. So that's really lovely, right? From being an entrepreneur to being, employing others, looking for talent, expanding. That's really interesting. Yeah. So I would ask you, right, what would you say, right, are the challenges, that you face, and how do you tackle them? Running a business in the United Kingdom, what would you say are those challenges that you think you face as a result, right, of that?
Okay. I can write a whole book. No, okay, that's being dramatic. But I feel like the information you get, you need to dig deep to get accurate information. On the surface, you see certain things and think, yeah, that's all it takes. I can do that. But no, you need to tick a lot of boxes when it comes to having a small business and even the terminology. I watched something the other day and someone was talking about having businesses in the UK being very limiting in just how it is in terms of you trying to grow. So first, you're recognized as a small business. You need to register your business as a limited company. So these words may feel like it's limiting you, but there's just so many hurdles that you kind of have to cross and things that you have to tick. And I think if you are trying to step into owning a business or starting something, definitely have people that you can talk to help advise on the steps that you need to take. Look into the details into, like, say if you're trying to get a unit or a space or something, trying to rent a space, get a lawyer to look into the documents, get an accountant to look into, even if you don't feel like you're making enough for taxes and things like that, still get an accountant involved. Get mentors that will tell you, okay, have you covered this? Have you covered that? This is what you need to do. Because when you just step into it all by yourself and, try to be a one-man band, you learn along the way, but it's a lot to learn. Like, the process is quite tedious. So in terms of the challenges that I faced, I feel like as much as I've had mentors or people that I can talk to, I still had to learn a few things that just creeped up on me, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't ready for that.
I can totally relate to this moment, right? So I mean, a lot of people, when we say go into business, start a business, most of them think you need to just have that idea that is out of this world. People like overlook some certain kind of businesses. So what would you say are the opportunities that people are overlooking when it comes to entrepreneurship?
I've heard this somewhere, but I think it's profound in a way. Whatever idea you have needs to be solving a problem. For it to have longevity, for you to get return on your investment, it needs to be solving a problem, and you need to have people skills. You need to be able to deal with all types of character. And I say that because, and I know you're laughing because you deal with it every day. You need to know how to deal with people. You need to have people skills. So in terms of what you need to look out for that will set you apart or that would give you longevity, solve something. So a lot of industries, I can say, are oversaturated in general, but there's so many people in this world. You will cater to a good demographic. Just figure out what that is and solve their problem, and you will always have something going.
Thank you so much for that. I can totally relate to saturation, especially with respect to, even careers. A lot of people would say, oh, some career paths are already saturated. I remember when I'm mentoring my students, there's still a way you can, create your own unique brand. Just be authentic, right? And it applies to business as well. What problem are you solving? Because that's when you get connected. That's when you can withstand. What's your why? What's the real why for your business? And no matter how saturated, we've had people that had salons ages, generations after generations. But guess what? It's still very good business. When we tell people that, start your own business, nobody thinks that, oh, I can start a salon. Maybe they feel that, right, those kind of businesses, maybe don't make as much money, or I don't know. But what would you say, what would you tell somebody that wants to start a business today? What would be your advice to people who want to start? Where should they start from?
Okay, I think I'm a believer in writing things down. And I mean pen and paper. You can write on your phone, that's fine, but transfer it to pen and paper. Because it's easier to, first of all, break down all the ideas you have in your head. If you think of, so I'm just thinking of it as, okay, someone's come up to me and they said, I've got this great idea and I want to start this business. I will tell you, write it down. Okay, so what services are you providing with that? Break it down. What do you need to provide those services? Write it down. So you're building like a tree of the main thing and the branches, the things that you need to sort out. Okay, so what do you need to get that? Break it down. And what you find is when you break all this information down, first you recognize the things that you need to put in place to get to that main idea. And then you recognize, the things you need to put in place could be financial, it could be certification, it could be even research, thinking of how to sort that, talking to people, you break it down.
More like a gap analysis,
Yes, this is it. This is where I am. This is what I'm trying to get into. How do I sort this?
And that's you bringing in the business analyst side of you.
Yeah, basically, document everything, right? Because that way it's clearer to see. You can create achievable goals that way, and you're more likely to be successful when it is broken down, even to the smallest detail. So I honestly think that's the best thing to do. Break it down. That way you would know and recognize who you need to reach out to for help, the communities that you build and how you can help get to that point.
Thank you so much for that. There was something you mentioned, which I think we need to repeat, we need to emphasize, which is around, things you need to do when you want to start a business, right? Get a coach, do things right, get a coach, get a mentor, do your taxes right, get an accountant, do not just sweep some things under the feet. And that's why most of the time our people end up starting something but not building a sustainable business that has that longevity. Businesses we can hand over to our kids as well. Businesses that can stand the test of time, businesses that can last 20, 30 years, right, as well. And it's really key. My next question would be, right, for you at Bisi Beauty, right? How do you apply your skills as a business analyst? How is tech helping you at Bisi Beauty to actually stand out, to do things different? How are you applying your tech skills? Where is that intersects between your business analyst skills as well as your entrepreneurial skills?
Okay, I definitely believe as a business analyst, once you go through the process of realizing that this is what you are as a business analyst, there's no way you wouldn't look at things differently. In the actual terms of it, you analyze everything, even from how people book their appointments to when they come and, what happens afterwards. How do we create an ecosystem for Bisi Beauty where it's working even without me being there. I mean, which is the goal. As a business analyst, for example, the old system, and I know most people use this product. When I'm saying a product, I mean what we use for our booking system. It's automated, which means you can book an appointment online. I don't need to have a conversation with you to book an appointment. You go online, tap in Bisi Beauty, you find the service that you require, you click on your service,
Impressive.
You go, it shows you different time slots that's available. Click on the time slot that suits you, put your deposit in. As soon as you've done that, you get a message saying your appointment has been booked. It comes through to me. I see, oh, we've got a client coming. That's cool. Say if it's in 2 days' time, the day before your appointment, you'll get a message saying, oh, looking forward to your appointment tomorrow with Bisi Beauty. Like things like that, I don't need to think about it. I don't want to think about it.
Right.
You know, as a business analyst, it's the whole essence of merging those skills is to make things easier,
Right.
making the process a lot
Easier.
yeah, it's to simplify processes.
Guys, you get that right. So if you are based in Maidstone and you want a one-stop shop that is tech-driven, black-owned, and that is, where you get personalized treatments that fits all of your needs, you want to visit Bisi Beauty today, right? To get your nails done, so it's a combination of, like she said, the old way that we're used to plus tech, the new way of doing things. So it's very seamless. You can go right there, book your appointments, and you trust that you're going to get the best value out of it. So thank you so much for that. So I love the way not a lot of people are able to think beyond skill sets they have, and now they can apply this either in their existing businesses or even monetize it to get money or build a business out of it. How would you advise people who've got skill sets, who've got experiences, and want to go into entrepreneurship, want to go into business? How would they apply their skill sets into building a successful business?
I think your skills and your story sets you apart as a person. And if you are able to look at yourself objectively and not downplay what you actually can do, don't downplay the skills that you have. Some people build, I can write so well, I can do this, I can work with numbers, I can predict this. Like, whatever skills you have, don't downplay it, right? I'm going back to it. Write it down, because then that way you can actually see it, right? And think of just your life, your story. I feel like who you are and your skills, when you merge them together, it creates you as a product, as a person, that will set you apart in a way. So for me, I'll go back to myself as an example. I have dabbled in so many things. I've picked up so many skills. I feel like if you drop me in a random country today,
you'll survive.
I will 100% survive because I don't stop learning new things, right? I don't stop adding to my skill set. But with everything that I've learned, I can look at different things and think of how I can step in and make a difference in that environment. So just your skill, that's why I just think your skill and your story will help propel you just as a person. And your skills is just part of who you are. So it's not you trying to be someone else or trying to act like build a different picture of who you are. But no, if you're truly yourself, and what you can do will come through.
Lovely. Love that response. So guys, you've got skill sets, you've got experience, you can monetize all of this, right? For instance, the good old hair salon business is still viable even here in the UK. You don't need to think too much outside of the box before you get an idea of what you can do as a business, right? So you need to just start something today, right? If you don't even, for instance, you can apply your skill sets working with others who already have that structure, right? Or you could set up your own business, right? You don't need to think so much out of the box. It doesn't always have to be you building a tech product, right? So long as you have skill sets that you are selling, that you are monetizing, and if you don't already have this, then now is the time to upskill, to gain and acquire skill sets that you can either monetize or can help you live fulfilling lives, right? Not everybody would need to leave their 9 to 5. You need to just,
Just start. No, I just thought, as you were saying that, I was thinking, if you're someone that this is something that you might not even think about. If you're someone that can remind people of anything, you always remember every information you remember. If you're that person that remembers everyone's birthday in your family,
that's a skill.
It's a skill.
And it's a very unique one.
It is. And if an organization has someone like you that is on the ball, why are you not a project manager?
Exactly. Or project planner. or scheduler. Or something.
There's something that you can do, like even things that you overlook, things like that you overlook. No, I don't remember anything. Okay, that's not true. But I struggle to remember quite a lot of things. I need to write things down. I need reminders on my phone. But there's some people that it just comes naturally to them. There are some people that look at, if you're trying to plan something, it's like, oh, but why don't you do this first and do that? That makes sense to them. And everyone else is like, we didn't think of it like that. But if you're that person in that group that's like, yeah, if you're trying to get here, just do this, do that, and everything's good. Those are things that generally you don't think, oh, I'm good at this or I'm good at that. But they're skills that are in demand, really. As long as you're really good at what you do. That's it.
Right. So you said something about expansion, giving back to your community, training others. There was something you said was this time we're speaking. How is that going? How should entrepreneurs give back to their community?
Yeah. So like I said earlier, we just expanded. So we started off with a really nice, humble, small space with 2 stations, and now we have about 8 stations.
Impressive.
We have 8 stations for hair, 2 for nails, makeup stations, and like quite a lot of space. But with that comes with, in terms of giving back to the community, there are so many things that are in the works. For example, we are going to have a braiding class for fathers coming soon. I've had a lot of men coming like, oh, I don't know what to do with my daughter's hair.
Bisi Beauty is ready to train you on how to braid your children's hair.
We can go on holiday, leave babies with with their daddies, and they will look presentable.
Right.
These are things that we need to, do. And also there are other people just wanting to brush up on those skills, makeup, teaching people how to do their makeup, like just not a glam, oh my god, just simple, I need to know how to do my eyebrows.
So we should expect Bisi Beauty training school soon, right, where you get to learn vocational skills. Watch out for Bisi Beauty training school. Right, I'm looking forward to it myself, Right, so how do you stay resilient and motivated as an entrepreneur? The reason why I ask that is that as an entrepreneur myself, I know how difficult it gets sometimes. You really need to have something that keeps you going. And I'm sure that even though I'm not in the beauty industry, I know you have your own challenges as well. How do you stay resilient and motivated?
I think it goes back to what we said initially. It goes back to your why. You have to remember. There's some times where you really feel like, okay, I'm not doing this again. Let's pack it all up. Let me go and get a job in Tesco and just do
BA.
Just everything else is like, let's just go for simple life. Let's go for simple where I don't have to think or anything. No. You get those days. Most people do in whatever field you're in. But I think that you just need to remember why you're doing something, why you started it initially, and that way it will keep you going.
That's what will keep you going, why.
Your why will keep you going.
Very important, guys.
But also have a good support system, Have a good support system. Someone you can just call and say, I really don't feel great this time. And they can always push you back to be like, no, it's okay. Let's break it down. Let's sort this out. You're fine. it's okay.
I totally agree with you. Having your why, because when the going gets tough, your why is what that would keep you going. But if your why is not strong enough as an entrepreneur, even as an individual or professional, you're likely to get pushed by challenges and all of that. So let your why be strong and have a very supportive have a support system. Have people around you that motivate you. It could be a friend, it could be your spouse, it could be, just have something. And also take care of your mental health. Take breaks.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs are very likely to just keep going. Because of course we take breaks, we go on breaks, but we don't key into that 30 days annual leave. Thing. We just keep going.
It doesn't exist.
Exactly. We work morning. I can't even count how many times I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to schedule a post, at 2 a.m. to schedule a post, or, to remember something,
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to also protect our mental health, go to the gym if we can, if we love to go to the gym, go to the spa to get, some massage done. Whatever it is that is self-care for us as entrepreneurs, we really need to also tap into it. Right, guys, it's been a very great one having you here, sharing your story. I've enjoyed every part of it. So is there any final words you have for people listening to us right now? Do you have any final words, either they want to start their entrepreneurial journey or whatever stage they are?
Yeah, okay, so I would say if your dreams scare you, it's okay. Most people will push past it, and if you're part of the most people, you will get there. It's okay to take your time, take every single day as it comes, and just continue to build. It's perfectly fine to do that because you're in your own lane. Don't, because other people are doing certain things or moving at a certain pace, feel like you're not enough or make yourself doubt what you're actually trying to do. Have your target and just keep going for it. It might take a few months, it might take years, but if you're really steadfast with it, you will get there.
Thank you so much, Bisi Beauty. Thank you, Abisola. So thank you everyone for listening and joining us in today's episode. We remain limitless and thriving. And my name is Rukayat Alabi, and I am your humble host.